Hi, this is Representative Kurt Mosser, and welcome to Legislative Report. This month I'm at my annual Senior Expo. The purpose for the expo is to talk to seniors in the district and show them services that are offered by different vendors, by different government entities, what services are available for them, what it takes to qualify for those services. And we also have seminars here where we talk about things like elder law and Medicare, Medicaid, and things that are important to our seniors. We get a lot out of this. We get a lot of back and forth. They talk about state issues. They talk about their elder issues. And we certainly enjoy this every year. I'm here with a colleague of mine from the Senate who's always here to support the expo and certainly no stranger to the district, Senator John Gordner. Welcome, Senator.
Well, thanks, Kurt. Again, congratulations on an outstanding event. It seems to grow each year. I know already I've talked with seniors from Columbia County, Montour County, Northumberland County. So it's great how far and wide the folks travel to this. And I've talked to a couple who said they look forward to this each year. It's incredible the amount of the vendors, the information that they get. You can see their bags that have lots of information and useful information. And I've also stopped at a couple of places and they've been asking a lot of questions, getting a lot of information. So I know that's why you hold it. Congratulations on the new venue, and it's just a great event.
Well, thank you, Senator. It is great, and like I said, the seniors I think are getting a lot out of it. They certainly have approached me, and I see they're approaching your table and talking to you and your staff also. I think maybe it's appropriate now that we also talk about some things that we're going to be going back into session now, and dealing with some legislative issues, and certainly in the House, and I'm sure in the Senate, the big talking points have been pension, the pension issue in facing the state, transportation, privatizing of liquor stores. Your thoughts on as we move forward and where we think we're going with those issues?
Thanks, Kurt. Obviously, we had a busy June. As you know, the main thing that we had to do in June was to pass a budget on time, which we've done for the third year in a row, holding the line on taxes, which are very important to these seniors and others that are here at this event. So we were able to do that. We were able to make a lot of great progress, almost historic progress on a number of issues, whether it's state stores, whether it's needed transportation funding, and we've got a lot of both large projects and small projects around this area. And when we go back in September and October and November, I expect us to take up those issues and hopefully get to some conclusions on them as well.
Yeah, I agree. Certainly we've made some great progress. Some folks were saying that we didn't get any of the big three. Well, I say we've certainly advanced the ball towards the goal line, which is what we always want to do, and we have to advance it before we can cross that goal line. Certainly I think transportation is going to be important in the region. While we have not the project isn't in the district, but we have the biggest project in the state, in the neighboring district, certainly in your senatorial district, and that's the Central Susquehanna Valley Thruway. While it's not in my district, it's certainly important to my residents because so many of them travel that every day, and in my mind, it's a safety issue for those folks. So I think the differences that we had in the plan that the Senate sent over to the House is where that number is going to be. I certainly am very optimistic that we can come to the table and work this out, and we're going to see some progress on transportation. Your thoughts on the issue?
Well, Central Susquehanna Valley Thruway is very important. People should know it's the Route 11, Route 15 bypass in the Shamokin Dam area. Those folks who come from Harrisburg know you end up at a road from nowhere. It's been 40 years in the making. It's a $560 million project. And not only is it a safety issue, as you mentioned, and that's really one of our core functions as government, is safety, but the second issue is jobs. Tens of thousands of jobs will be created in regard to transportation funding. And ultimately, as we go back to Harrisburg, I know that's one of the top issues in the House and top issues in the Senate is jobs, economic development, making sure that there are opportunities there for children and grandchildren to stay in our area, work in our area. And I know because of your background, that has been one of your most important issues, as is mine. And that's when we're looking at these type of issues, and you have transportation funding that can create 40 to 45,000 jobs over the next decade. That makes you stand up and notice. And again, that's what we're about in Harrisburg, and that's what we're trying to do for our area and for our state.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Senator, for joining us here today. Again, I think it's so important for our seniors. Now let's go back inside and talk to some of the folks involved with the expo. We're now here with Shane from Experience Works. Shane, thank you very much for coming. Tell us a little bit about what Experience Works is and what they do.
Experience Works is an older worker training to employment program. We administer the Senior Community Service Employment Program. We help individuals who are 55 and older, unemployed, with little or no income. We can assign them onto our program, get them into a training site where they can train for 20 hours a week at $7.25 an hour, learn some new skills, update some old skills, get some hands-on experience, some resumeable material, get some references, build some confidence that will better equip them to find a permanent job.
Great, and we all know, certainly I know, from my private businesses, how important the seniors can be to the workforce. We've had great success hiring seniors. Tell me about some of the responses that you've gotten from the folks as they've come and talked to you at your booth.
Oh, it's great. They really love the program. It really helps them out a lot. One of the biggest things with the seniors is a confidence issue. They think that no one wants to hire someone who's 55 or older. So what we do is we just really try to help them overcome a confidence issue and other barriers too. Every individual has different barriers, but what we're here to do is to help them overcome those barriers and move them into unsubsidized employment.
Great. I saw something about IEPs. Could you tell me a little bit about what IEPs are?
Absolutely. An IEP is an individual employment plan, and that's kind of bases everything, all their training are based on that. What we do is we find out what their interests are, what they like doing, what they're interested in for employment goals, and we set up an individual employment plan it steps out the steps to achieving their employment goal. We can assign them computer courses, we can assign them pretty much any kind of course they're interested in on our Job Ready program, which is a computer program. It's almost like an online school for the seniors. They can earn up to like 47 certifications on there, and it's all totally free to them through the program.
Right, a couple examples of the certifications that they could learn.
Secretarial, bookkeeping, receptionist. Pretty much, if you can think of it, there's a class for it.
Great. Thank you so much, Shane and Experience Works, for coming out today. I think it's so important our seniors learn the services that are out there for them. If you could share with us contact information, how they can get in contact with you.
Absolutely. They can go onto our website at www.experienceworks.org, and you can search for your local representative. Or for Pennsylvania, you can contact our state office at 570-486-4041, and that's local right here in Shamokin.
Great. Thank you so much, Shane.
Thank you.
We're here with Edna from American Red Cross. Edna, thank you for coming. We appreciate the American Red Cross coming out for our Senior Expo. I think the seniors can learn a lot about what the American Red Cross does and the services that are available, but also some opportunities for our seniors. Would you talk a little bit about what the American Red Cross is here talking about today?
The main thing that we're trying to cover today would be the disaster end of Red Cross services. Disaster preparedness. The American Red Cross responds to more than 70,000 disasters throughout our nation every year. What we are trying to do today is to be able to get information out to the individuals so that they themselves are better prepared. Some of the things that they can be doing is getting a communication plan available. If you have to evacuate your home for whatever reason, what should we have ready packed, ready to go? Some extra clothing, of course, food, water, supplies that you would typically need for 3 days. The Red Cross will be there to assist. If it's a major disaster, we'll have shelters open. But sometimes people can't get to those shelters as quickly as they would like to. So if they're better prepared until they can get there. The other end is a fire. No matter how much we prepare, we're never prepared for a fire. Red Cross is going to be there to assist people that have had a fire, food, clothing, sheltering, those type of needs. But again, if there's a fire in the middle of the night, and you're not thinking, you're half asleep. Do you know how to get out if your main doorway is blocked? Okay, so some things that they can be thinking about ahead of time. How many and where are the exits in your home to get out? If there's multiple people in the home, Do you have an outside meeting place so that everyone knows that everyone else is okay, that you don't have to worry about someone being trapped into the home? So those are some of the things that we cover with disaster.
And I also saw that you had something there with service to armed forces.
Yes. The American Red Cross is the agency that works hand in hand with our military to provide emergency communications to members of our military and their families back home. If there is an emergency back home, the family can contact the American Red Cross. We take care of all of the verification that needs done. We then pass that information to the military, and they will work with the serviceman to determine what the needs are, if they need to contact the family home, if they need to come home, whatever the situation might be.
That's a wonderful, wonderful program. And of course, I think something that the American Red Cross is certainly known the most for probably is the blood program and the wonderful service that it does for our community with the blood program. Just give us a little bit of a synopsis of the blood program.
Okay, unfortunately, the need for blood never takes a vacation. In today's society, giving blood, it's never been easier for an individual to do so, but it's also harder for Red Cross to recruit blood donors. We have people who do a lot of traveling into malarial areas. They may be deferred for a short period of time. I believe it's a year, but that varies on locations, etc. So we're always trying to recruit donors to come in. Every time someone donates just one time, it can help up to 3 different individuals with that one donation. So, people can go to redcross.org on the web. They can go to the blood link on there. It will take them directly to a page where they can put in their zip code. They can find a location near them where there's going to be a blood drive. They can find out the requirements for giving blood. It's all on the web, or even easier, just pick up the phone and call the local Red Cross chapter, and they can get you the information that you need.
Great, and we also always see it in the paper when the blood drives are going on. One other thing that I think we want to touch on before we wrap up is the Red Cross's need for volunteers and donations is constant. We could just talk a little bit about your need for volunteers and donations.
As you said, we're always in need of volunteers. Our volunteers, regardless what line of service they're interested in, we will provide the training. There is never a cost to a volunteer to be trained. They more or less choose what it is they want to do. If they want to become a disaster action team member, they'll get the training that they need, then we assign them to a team. They're on call to respond to fires or other needs. Volunteers who want to do blood, again, working through the local chapter, they will pair them up with a blood drive near them, and they can come out and work what works within their schedule.
Great. Thank you so much again for being here with us today. If you could share with us the Red Cross website one more time, that would be great and helpful for our seniors.
Yes, it's www.redcross.org.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
This is Representative Kurt Mosser with our legislative report. You're here at our 2013 Senior Expo, and we'll be right back after this.
Did you know that Act 16 of 1999 honors one of the greatest leaders in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives? The Matthew J. Ryan Legislative Office Building, once known as the Capitol Annex, is located next to the main Capitol building and honors the late Speaker of the House, Matthew J. Ryan. Those who visit this building will observe the magnificent architectural designs providing eloquence and grandeur to the building. Known as one of the greatest members in the history of the Pennsylvania State House, Matthew Ryan started his career in the legislature in 1963 and was elected Speaker in 1981. His charisma and knowledge will forever be reflected in the building now named after this great legislative leader. Now you know.
One of the most popular things here at the Expo certainly is the seminars that we put on. One that I think was probably our best attended seminar in the history of having the Expo has been today, and you put on a seminar dealing with elder law. And this is Attorney Kreischer. And if you could tell us your name and what firm you're with.
My name is Marianne Kreischer. I'm an attorney and a partner at Kreischer and Gregorovich, which is in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
Great. And tell us a little bit about what the seminar consisted of today.
What I provided seniors was an information about how they can get the type of care that they need for their parents or for themselves, how to pay for it, how to protect assets, how to get qualified for benefits that they might need, and the importance of making sure that they prepare beforehand, making sure that they have powers of attorney in place, making sure that they have wills and that they've actually looked at their wills in the last 5 years. Does it do what they want it to do?
I was very pleasantly surprised by the number of attendees. Like I said, I think this is probably the best attended seminar we've had. So there's an obvious interest in what you were presenting. Could you ask me what the questions were ranging? Just give me a little bit of a range of what the questions were that were asked.
Well, a lot of questions had to do with the 5-year look-back period in order to qualify for medical assistance. Law changed in 2006 where it went from a 3-year look-back to a 5-year look-back, which means that if you give something away for less than fair market value in 5 years of needing nursing home care and needing medical assistance benefits, you're going to be penalized for it. So what are the steps that we can do to protect our assets? How do we protect ourselves to make sure that if we need nursing home care in the next 5 years, that we're not going to be disqualified for benefits, or are there other ways to get around paying through that penalty period? Some of the other questions were if they had wills from other states or they had powers of attorney that were drawn up in other states, were they going to work here in Pennsylvania? And the answer to that is it depends. You should have an attorney look through what you have, the documents that you have, to see whether or not they do comply with Pennsylvania law. The laws in Pennsylvania and all over are ever changing, so we want to make sure that you still comply with that. One of the other things that we talked about is what's the difference between a certified elder law attorney and just a regular attorney. There are about 44 certified elder law attorneys in the entire state of Pennsylvania, and what that means is that those attorneys specialize in elder law, and this is a very intricate area of the law, and it has very intricate details that an attorney needs to be aware of to make sure that you're not going to get disqualified and that you're taking advantage of all of the opportunities that are there.
That's great. Like I said, and people have approached me since the seminar saying that they got a lot out of the seminar. It's an important part of what this expo is all about, is giving our seniors information on products and services or the law. What they're going to need to plan. And this was a great example of that. I want to thank you so much for coming today, and I hope, I know the seniors got a whole lot out of it. Again, thank you so much for coming out. If they wanted to contact you, the best way to contact you would be how?
They can call my office. Again, it's Kreischer and Gregorovich. We're located at 401 South Market Street in Bloomsburg. Our phone number is 570-784-5211. And if you want to reach me and my assistant, Holly, it's extension 2.
Great. Thank you so much for coming to the Expo.
Thanks.
We're here with Rich from Central Susquehanna Opportunities. Well, I'm certainly familiar with Central Susquehanna Opportunities. Share with our viewers what CSO is and what they do.
CSO is a community action agency. We sponsor several different programs that we have right now. The biggest program that we have is the CSO Cares for Savings program, which is a very good program that actually matches dollar for dollar up to $300 for people who are struggling with fuel costs. We do have income guidelines, and if you would call into our office, we would provide you with that information for the income guidelines. Also, we work hand in hand with Aqua Water Company for Pennsylvania, and we do assist people who are facing termination of water services due to non-payment or an emergency type situation. We do prepare the paperwork with Aqua and get their water restored for them. And we also offer services for people who are facing eviction with rent as well.
SafeLink, what is SafeLink?
SafeLink's a free phone, a government-issued phone. It provides up to 250 minutes a month, and it is free to people who qualify through the SNAP program.
And I know CSO is also doing some things with the rental assistance. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
We basically help people who are either looking to move due to an emergency situation, or people who are facing eviction and are unable to pay their rent. We do provide funding through that. We also offer financial literacy workshop classes to assist the people with better budget skills.
And the seniors, what kind of questions are they asking you? What are the programs they're most talking about when they come to your booth here at the Expo?
A lot of seniors are questioning the SafeLink program, and they find it beneficial for them. So I would say that was the most discussed topic today.
Great. If you could share with our viewers CSO's, Central Susquehanna Opportunities, contact information, the website, and the phone number to get a hold of you.
Sure. The phone number is 570-644-6575, or we're online at www.sensop.com.
Great. Thank you so much, Rich, for coming to the Senior Expo and joining us. Now we're here with Mary Barrett from Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging. Everybody, I think, is familiar certainly with our Area Agency on Aging in each of the counties. Certainly being familiar with the Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging, we have a wonderful, wonderful staff who cares so much about our seniors. Part of that staff is Mary Barrett, and she's here today to not only talk to the folks at the Northumberland County booth, but also she's going to give a seminar in a little bit on a prize and talking about their choices they have when they reach that age. So Mary, if you could just talk a little bit about what you're going to be talking about at the seminar.
Okay, Kurt, thank you. I'm going to talk first about the annual enrollment period, which is coming up, an opportunity for people to evaluate their drug plans, their health plans. A comparison will be offered by the Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging, a prize program. At this time, we'll evaluate their situation. We'll also review any Medicare savings programs, the PACE-SNP program, anything that will help the consumer financially, as well as their health plans and their drug plans. We all know that the Reform Act is coming into place, also October the 15th to December the 7th. It will run parallel to the annual enrollment period. All those on Medicare need not worry. It does not affect Medicare recipients. It is strictly for the uninsured between 18 and 64, not on Medicare. Please feel free to call the Apprise program. It is a state health insurance program offering education, enrollment, consultation. This is entirely free. An excellent program, and I welcome your call. Thank you.
What else? I know Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging does, and the Apprise program and what you do at the seminar is so important because there are so many different choices, and it can be confusing. It's certainly confusing to me, so our elderly, everybody who has talked to me after going to one of your talks certainly feels a whole lot better. They understand it a whole lot better, so thank you so much for that. But let's talk about some of the other programs that we're talking about here at the booth. And I see we have long-term care, ombudsman program, and also knowing your rights as a nursing home patient. It's so important to know your rights. Talk, if you could, just give us a little bit about what our seniors are talking about when they're approaching your booth, so we can know a little bit more.
Kurt, you put me on a spot. The Ombudsman program. It is a program to aid people, the families a lot of times, of people in nursing home, long-term care. We have representatives that go in and will just evaluate. Not necessarily a problem, quite often can be resolved very easily, but it's a concern of the person that's in that nursing home. And the other half, we have many home health programs. We will discuss waiver program. The state of Pennsylvania has many valuable programs for the we do the elderly, we do those on Medicare and over the age of 60, but give us a call.
And it is. I mean, like I said earlier, you have the County Area Agency on Aging has such a valuable staff, and the services that are provided to our seniors are top notch, and they're so appreciated by our seniors. It's so important. Also, I think we have to mention that you're the agency also that runs our senior centers, and it's so important for our seniors to stay active, stay out involved. So if the seniors wanted to reach Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging, the best way to do that is by a phone number or a website?
First of all, the phone number, 570-495-2395. Website is valuable, www.ncaging.org.
And if for those folks who aren't in Northumberland County, certainly contact my office. We'll get you in touch with the Area Agency on Aging that serves your county. Thank you, Mary. It was so nice for you to be here. Our seniors appreciate it. While we've talked to some of the vendors and some of the speakers for today's event, certainly I don't want to forget our office. Our office does so much for our seniors in our community, and I'm here to talk today about what our offices can provide for our seniors. Here with me today is Cindy Abbott from my Harrisburg office. Cindy, let's talk a little bit about what our office does for our seniors here in the district and at Harrisburg. Talk about some of the things certainly our district offices do for our seniors.
Well, the district office is there full-time Monday through Friday to help you fill out any forms that you need help with.
Right, and some of those forms obviously are the rent rebate program. And can you mention a few of the other ones?
Yes, qualifying seniors can get a reduced registration rate. They can also help fill out the PACE-Net, and any kind of tax issues that you want checked up on with the Department of Revenue, we can also do that.
We're certainly very active, and many of our seniors don't know about the reduced registration fees for their vehicles when they're seniors, and it's a valuable service. Also, some of the things I think we ought to mention is what we're doing in Harrisburg on some senior-related issues.
Currently, we're looking at nursing homes and maybe possibly getting a survey legislatively to get that done, and that's...
Right. That's one of the important things that a constituent has brought to me, and it's a concern that she had with nursing homes and some of the things that we can do to make sure our seniors are taken care of the way they should be, and things are followed up when it comes to nursing home care for our seniors. Certainly, if you want to reach our office, the best way to reach the Harrisburg office, if you could share the website and the telephone number for the Harrisburg office.
Well, the phone number is 717-260-6134, and the website is www.repmosser.com.
Great, and our district office is located here at 467 Industrial Park Road in Elysburg, and the number there is 648-8017. We also have a satellite office open in the Danville Borough Hall. It's important. Any of the seniors from the Montour County area, certainly feel free to use the Danville office. That office is open on Mondays and Thursdays on Mill Street in the Danville Borough Building. That's all the time we have for this month's program. If you couldn't come this year, please make every effort to come out next year for our annual Senior Expo. The seniors that I've talked to get so much out of this program. We'd love to see you here. If you need help on any state issue, please contact any of our offices in either in Harrisburg, Elysburg, or Danville. The contact information will come up on the screen. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.